power that's required for one of the pendants.
It looks like we are underway. Sanctuary well, we got pieces of heart in our start locations, so it doesn't matter whether it's Sanctuary or Link's house.
Yeah, and a quick map check. Got a 5-6 crystal, a Hera, got a pendant, desert, and then just a normal, regular crystal at Eastern.
Yes, and looks like we've got both of our top runners from the team are going ahead and doing a Houlihan to get some cash. We got Taale going to Uncle. We're going to get a tier 1 tree pull of small magic decanters on Yoshi's side. Ooh, and an 8-bomb drop from the bush crabs.
That's a pretty nice bomb drop to get before going to Kakariko. Let's see if Yoshi tells Hitsuyan that, and he could actually skip buying bombs now if his plan is doing South Shore and just grab it from the bush crab in South Shore instead.
Taale also showing us we got a French vanilla sword in the Uncle tunnel, and Taale's going to go ahead and use that to go check the front of escape.
Yeah, it makes sense. Both of them started as Sanctuary, so it's nice to just get the Uncle check right away, because they're at this point probably thinking their opponent stayed early Uncle, so if there's something there, better not miss it.
Hitsuyan's actually will probably pick up that sword here shortly. And just got the map to start in the front of escape. Hitsuyan does get that sword.
Yeah, so with the sword, I imagine he'll just go in and clear escape as well. Sword is really nice to have in order to route the Dark Sanctuary chest as well, or the Dark Sewers one. Ooh, a hammer in the dam, that's pretty sweet to get early on.
Also got a flute on Yoshi's end in Blindsight, it looks like.
And that's a pretty convenient place to have the flute. So used Baba, bought some bombs so they can do softer early. Also have the hammer now, so can use that as well if they wanna. But bombs are definitely a more safer strat in here.
We got
especially when you only have 3 hearts.
Yeah, and we got double coin action. We got Yoshi getting Quake in the well, and Taale got Ether at Zelda Cell.
Yeah, we're getting some gloves in minimal arms. We're just missing that Moon Pearl for Dark Blue access already.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't really get into earlier with the fact of this being co-op. Is the thing is, you know, early on, you're seeing the runners kind of separate and go take different routes, but that's because they can talk to each other. You know, they're able to figure out, like, okay, you know, Kakariko has this, you know, go here, and avoid this. You know, that's why you're seeing a lot of this divergence at this point.
Yeah, exactly. We're probably gonna see most of our runners go mode. Well, more dungeons than you normally would go mode as well, if they choose to just diverge and take different dungeons as well.
Looks like we got a cape from Ice Rock Cave, and I think we also had a blue shirt in the mini Troll Arm Cave also.
Oh, and there's a key in the back of escape, so that guarantees something to be in the dark sewers chest. I didn't really catch earlier. Did any of the runners that did the front of escape check dark sewers?
I don't think so, because Taale was the one in there, and I didn't see Taale go any further. Our tracker, Fear Agent, correcting me, the male was actually at the dam as well as the hammer. But there's Moon Pearl, so put all that together, and there's your Dark World access.
Yeah. So Team Awesome doesn't know that yet, though. So Hitsun might actually just jump into Eastern here.
Is what it looks like he is doing. But Baba is about to go get that pearl, so his team will know that they have the Dark World access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Baba saving Quaid and head into the Dark World right away, because they have all the necessary items for it.
Which is exactly what he does. Meanwhile, Hitsuyan does go into Eastern, and we just have bombs to start there.
Yeah, going into Eastern could actually turn out to be a really good play for Team Awesome if there's anything of value in here, because, well, the missing bow team might be skipping that for a long time since they don't have the bow yet, and they do have Dark World access. So if there's anything impactful in here, that could be an advantage that Team Awesome will have for a long time.
Alright, we got a map check. We got Pod and Thieves Town are your other pendants. Green pendant was Pod. And I think I saw Swamp was the other 5-6 crystal.
Mm-hmm. So that's a pretty good sign. The only thing that could really be in Ganon's tower at this point would be Boots. And, well, Boots at least are guaranteed to be a hint for, so they might not have to clear out too much of Ganon's tower just for that big key.
Yep, and it was Meyer actually was the other 5-6 crystal. Our trackers got that. Alright, Yoshi has been to Saha, so Yoshi has a team. Bombos is held by someone friendly. We got that hint in Eastern, so now we know all three, the location of all three medallions, sort of. We at least know have a hint as to who it could possibly be.
Mm-hmm, yeah, for sure. So Yoshi not saving quitting after getting that sword. They might be okay, they were floating, never mind. Okay, so Baba is heading up to an early catfish shack here. Looks like Yoshi's just heading into the Village of Darkness, or Village of Outcast portal.
Hitsuyan's running low on hearts. Still gonna try to damage boost his way through and
Ooh, that hurts. Yeah. So he walked in and out to reset the room so he could get the damage boost, but unfortunately he killed the enemy that he wanted to boost on.
Alright, Taale flutes to 7. Probably gonna get hammer and glove here. Meanwhile, Yoshi starting on Village of Outcasts, nothing much there. So we got Hitsuyan and Baba both heading into Kakariko because they haven't done any of these checks yet. So picking up all the items that their co-runners have found. Meanwhile, new information as Yoshi is heading into Thieves Town.
Yeah, that's our first dungeon that we're into that we can actually fully complete. And you see how fast the Kakariko checks goes here for both Baba and Hitsun. They just walk into blinds out, check one chest, and then leave. So that's one of the nice things with co-op here. You're gonna see our runners leave a lot of chests behind if their teammate has checked that already.
Alright, so everyone's got the flute at this point. Everyone's pretty much just catching up. There's Lamp. So with that cape, Aga 1 is now in play. However, you will most likely see runners try to do Aga 1 last. Especially now that we have really no need to do Aga 1. Because we've got the hammer, we've got our Dark World access. You're most likely going to see Aga 1 be last and do Aga 2, Aga 1, and then Ganon.
Yeah, there's really no need to rush it right away, especially with this loadout that they have right now. You want to have like a little bit better equipment, and after beating Aga 2, we'll place you at the pyramid, so that's a really good opportunity to just mirror and take care of Aga most of the times. Taale looks to be heading into the Dark World. They don't have the Moon Pearl yet, so they're about to get a Rude Awakening that they need to save and quit and go get that first. Okay, Hitsuyan is gonna go pick up that cape and let's see where Baba is going into escape. Maybe to check the Dark Sewer chest. Yeah, looks like it. That's the only thing left in escape. Both teams left that early on, but we'll see now if there's anything important there. We know it's in logic now that we have the lamp. Missing Bow don't know that yet, but we as spectators know that. And Hitsun is doing some fake flippers here. Does have the money for Sora and does have the Moon Pearl so they can get into the Waterfall Cave. So yeah, this is as good as time as any to do that.
Yoshi getting a clutch, well, not clutch, but remembering that there was a heart there in the treadmill room, because he's been on one heart for a while, so... And there's a couple in here in the maiden cell, so that'll help him get set up for the blind fight.
Yeah, we're gonna get at least to... Ooh,
but that's...
bullied a bit, though.
Yeah, that Zizak is... causing some problems.
Should be one more heart for him to pick up before the boss fight, so we're gonna be at 3 hearts at least. Does have the blue mail, so that helps a little bit.
Also, looks like the small key was locked in the big chest, so we're not going to need to worry about... I mean, we had the hammer, but we'll need to worry about that item there. And let's get ready to rumble here with Blind. Very nice first phase.
Going for the script here, so if you get that, it doesn't matter how many hearts you have. Ooh, gets hit once though. Gonna have to be a little bit careful here now.
Oh, but gets it
okay,
done.
there we go.
Very nicely done by Yoshi. $20 for your troubles and the first pendant of the game. Usually I say first crystal of the game, but again, this is all dungeons.
Yeah, and we saw Baba turn in the mushroom earlier. I didn't really see where they got that, but they did a reset because it was nothing. So probably saving that in case fake powder becomes a thing.
We got silvers in the brewery. Alright, so we got Baba paying off Kiki and gonna go ahead and check Pod. Now, I see Baba and Taale do have a bottle. I don't know if there's a potion in there for a potential potion glitch.
Yeah, I don't think they have a potion because it was just a B in the potion, and it did a reset after going to the potion shop.
Now, Taale does pick up a potion, so... But Taale is heading westward for, I would assume, Village of Outcasts. Apparently, chat is saying Baba bought a potion, and with a key not being there, logically this is a bow-locked pod, but that's not going to stop Baba from trying to continue on with the potion glitch.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're in here, you want to get as much information as possible, both for yourself and for your teammate. And yeah, definitely it does have a potion, so that's good. Hint not helping out though. I'm surprised we didn't see any of our runners having the flute. Just take a quick dip up to Death Mountain just to check those two locations before heading to the Dark World.
It's a possibility. I mean, it's certainly... I can see the thought there. I mean, at this point, you've got the means to finish off Thieves Town. Got to check there. We'll kind of see where Yoshi goes from here, because at this point, to your point, Death Mountain, pretty much, there's some stuff there, but I'm going through in my head, like, what else we really have at this point. Titansmiths in the bow-locked portion is where those Titansmiths
that's good
are.
info. Not only are the myths really nice to have, but it means that we can't find a bow in any myths locations at all, and that's a lot of locations. I don't think we have seen anyone go into Skullwoods yet as well. That's a good place for a potential progression at the moment.
Certainly. But yeah, other than Pod, Skullwoods, Death Mountain, I mean, right now we don't have the... We would need either the hook shot or the mirror to get further up Death Mountain. But we keep talking about Death Mountain. That's where Yoshi heads. And Hitsuyan is making his way to Village of Outcasts. Might make that Skullwoods play we've been talking about.
Yeah, makes sense. Yoshi just cleared out everything in Outcasts, so it makes sense for Hitsuyan just to head up there. I don't think we've seen Bumper Cave yet as well. We do have the cape, and we also do have that last chest in Eastern at the moment that Hitsuyan wasn't able to get to. Because I don't think they got all the items before checking that, but I could be wrong about that one.
I honestly wasn't counting, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Ooh! The Beatles are trolling today.
Yeah, pushed Baba down, but still got the job done, so that's all that matters. Gonna go for a hammer jump here. Does have the big key already, so makes sense. A little bit more trickier to route the dark maze backwards. I know for me personally, and a lot of other runners, doesn't have the lamp yet, so it's gonna have to be a little bit careful. Oh, I just barely missed the bomb jump though. So only has 1.5 hearts. Might just skip that bomb jump at this point. No, gonna go.
All right, and we got a hint from Yoshi inside Spectacle Rock. There's a unique item in the lunchbox.
That's a pretty interesting hint.
And we also
now, Baba's
forgot.
Gonna have to.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
We also forgot Aegina's Cave, and that's where Yoshi's heading now.
Oh yeah, right. That old place.
Looks like we got a hook shot in the dark maze.
Yeah, the sequence breaking pod is really helping out right now. There's another sword at Aegina.
So, okay. So basically what we're saying is we need the bow to get into pod, to get Titan's Mitts and hookshot. So, unless the bow is in Skullwoods, that bow has to lead. There it is.
There it is. So everything in pod is in logic now, and Hitsuyan has everything they need to actually full clear both pod and Easter now.
And so that's where the logic chain is. You go to Skullwoods to get the bow. That then gets you to pod to get Titan's Mitts and hookshot. And from there, that would get a lot of Death Mountain open.
Yeah, it basically opens up entire light and dark world Death Mountain, except for Tartarok. Maybe even can open Tartarok and check the hint. And there's an ice run. Okay.
Oh, well, actually, wait, we have the cape. We can go get that. What am I saying?
Yeah. It's probably happy they did go over to the Ice Rod Cave before heading here.
Alright, we got Taale working on blind at this point.
Yeah, on the last phase, just needs one more hit, and there we go. And Baba heading up to Death Mountain makes sense with all the items I have right now. Everything up here will be in logic as far as they know. Not as they know, but as far as we know. So very good chances of finding more progression up here. They just need to remember that sequence break they did so they can have a look out for the bow as well. It's fun getting bullied by the thief here trying to get into Feasttown. Seems appropriate.
Yeah, but he's gonna go ahead and head in. Now, so this is interesting. So let's think about this for a sec on Team Awesome's side. Because Yoshi has already been into Thieves Town, has already cleared everything out. It looks like what they're basically setting up is Hitsuyan is going ahead and getting Thieves Town out of the way. Yoshi is about to catch up, get the bow. Doesn't have the cape for Ice Rod, but at least gets the bow. So I guess strategy-wise, it probably looks like Yoshi's going to get the bow, and I would guess probably head for... you would hope maybe head for Pod and Eastern.
Yep.
But then what is that? So Hitsuyan's trying to finish Thieves Town, but where would you go from there?
Well, as they're about to find out, Hitsuyan is probably going to have to go to Pod 2. And by doing Thieves Town first, he knows he can just go mode this, so maybe he will have the information what he needs to do in Pod once he's done here, I guess. Yeah, Yoshi is going for Pod first, which makes sense because they basically know most of the things in Eastern already, so it's more likely there's something in Pod.
Yep, and then Taale, meanwhile, is going to head into Skullwoods and will eventually get the bow, so that will settle the logic chain that Baba's sequence broke. Alright, we got Red Meringue and Brian Kane at the bottom of Paradox Cave.
Yep, not the most hype things to find, but that actually makes that purple chest hint a lot more likely to be something good. Would have actually been a little bit interesting to see, because the Baba team knows about that purple chest, I think. Or was that was Hitsuyan team, never mind.
But we got flippers and another sword in Paradox Cave. So Bombos and Mirror right now would really help in terms of like a Swamp Ice play at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. Those flippers, they don't open up much yet, but as soon as we have Bombo's Fire Rod or Mirror, that will be very helpful.
Yeah, we've got, well, in terms of that, we need either Fire Rod or Bombos for Ice Palace. We definitely need Mirror for Swamp Palace. We may need Boots for Desert or the Torch, and we're definitely going to need Canis Samaria. So, still a few items away from Go mode, but the few items we have right now are really going to kind of open up where to go from here. Because we've already seen the Zora checks; those didn't lead to anything. So really, the flippers right now are just our means for Swamp and Ice Palace.
Yeah, it's a very interesting siege so far. Okay, so Baba actually going into Dark World now after checking the East Death Mountain. They're probably gonna hope to find a mirror here, otherwise they're gonna have to save and quit in order to get back to Hera.
Because, yeah, Hera would be in logic.
So Hitsuyan
did forget about that in terms... Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no, never mind. I was just going to say Hitsuyan done with Outcast, probably going to head to Pod right away. Maybe doing Eastern first. So Hooksha Cave, let's see if we have anything in here. Not much so far.
There's a red shirt. And it's kind of awkward. Red shirts are always supposed to be for people who die, and yet the red shirt's the most powerful shirt in the game. Kind of a oxymoron if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess. It's a pretty nice item to find, because of the co-op thing, they're gonna have a lot less hearts than they normally would have, so having the male upgrades really help.
While I was making that Star Trek reference, we did find a vanilla Quake as our access for Turtle Rock. Alright, so we got 3 of our runners in pod right now, and Baba is now about to check Spike Cave for us.
Yeah, this is gonna be very close. Yeah.
Ooh!
Maybe. Won't take long to get back there, and taking death early might have actually been better because I'm not even sure they had enough like magic to get all the way there.
Or is just gonna say nope, and I don't think their team has done the Zora checks yet, so they're about to see the whole lot of nothing they're about to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now I'm really hyped about that purple chest. I'm not gonna lie, but feels pretty likely to be progression at this point.
Oh yeah, Titansmiths would lead to the Smith chain.
Nothing better than finding mirror in the Smith sequence, right? Especially at the end of it.
Yeah, it's just a little frustrating when you have to then backtrack to South Grove. Baba was apparently trying to use the Cane of Brine to try to fly, but apparently that was not how it works. Instead, using the flute, and this is probably going to be to go up to the waterfall. Or, Baba, unless you found a fire rod in Bombos that we don't know about, yeah, bud, you can't get in there.
Oh man, since they already went into the portal, it would have been interesting to see them just go check that first hint before saving and quitting.
That wouldn't have necessarily be. I mean, if you make the mistake, that's at least some way to kind of maybe get some worth out of it.
Okay, so we're gonna get new information here from Yoshi, because Houston Baba team was not able to go to Helmosaur last time they were here because they didn't have the bow. Taale will be able to do that soon because they do have the bow now. But yeah, this could totally be something. If there even is an item here, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, there's an item. Okay, they have both map and compass. One silver shot on the second face of Helmosaur. That's really nice to have them early. Definitely helps against a lot of the boss fights.
Alright, so we've already got 2 pendants out of the way. I guess the question has to be asked. Could there be something on our old friend the pedestal?
That's a good question, but well, as for now, it's pretty dead until we have a way to get into desert at least. But yeah, they're basically everything we're looking for except maybe mirror and boots could be on pedestal potentially.
Yeah, boots definitely couldn't be on pedestal. Either the mirror or the book.
I guess boots could actually be on pedestal. If
True,
desert
because
is not boost locked.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Then the only reason for us needing that would be having the Ganon tower being boost locked. So that combination seems fairly unlikely.
Alright, we got Ether for Mire. So Vanilla Ether, Vanilla Mire, Vanilla Turtle Rock. So we got the means to go into both dungeons, but Bombos could still be needed in terms of the means to get into the Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we do have the possibility of going into Maya right now. Baba not doing it makes sense because they don't even have any fire source, and we don't have the king as well, so it's probably not the most spicy place they want to go right now. But okay, they flew back to 6, but that's only to check the Agina check. Did they get a sword from Death Mountain? Because I guess this would be tempered sword for them then.
Yep, it was in Paradox Cave.
Okay, that's really nice.
Yeah, Yoshi just picked it up. Yoshi getting dead rock there, but can still see what's on the floating island.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna get that Hera play.
Yeah, and that was probably a little bit of a misroute that Baba did earlier. Wasn't able to go over here and check that. So hopefully for their sake, it's nothing important in here, so they can just come back whenever they have the mirror instead. Because it's a pretty long track to get back there again when you don't have the mirror.
All right, well, we got the big key is the first item in the basement, so coffee break will be on hold for now. Hammer's underwater. Thanks, game. Not like we kind of needed that to get here in the first place, but, well, you're always useful with those hints, I think. But we did find 10 sticks in the second chest, so we're just one item left in Hera. Unique item is in Paradox Cave. Very helpful with the hints here today, I see. And there's the second item, Piece of Heart.
Yeah, so that's good news for Team Baba for sure. Hera is a 5/6 crystal though, so that's worth thinking about too. It could still have value, but we would need the cane in order for that to happen. Baba is starting to do the Smith sequence here, so they will eventually get to that purple chest and get a unique item. We don't know if it's going to be a good unique item or not, but less and less we find, the more likely it looks.
Alright, a swing and a spin and a Trolldorm is a dead.
So did anyone turn in that green pendant yet?
Not that I know of. I think Yoshi was the only one that had it and did not go to Eastern. Taale's the second one with it. I would imagine maybe Hitsuyan goes ahead and goes back into Eastern after this, since he's already been in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Taale is heading to Eastern too, so that's a good opportunity to just turn in the green pendant and see if it's anything of value.
But gonna go ahead and do Eastern first. And yep, Hitsuyan takes his flight to 5. So we'll be joining Taale in Eastern. Well, at this point, as we are starting to double back on locations that we've already been to, let's take the moment to give a shout out to our runners, Hitsuyan1337 and Yoshi of Team Awesome, and Houston, Baba, and Taale from Missing Bow. Please be sure to give all of them follows on Twitch for the race that they're putting on today, and we certainly appreciate it.
Okay, so Baba picking up the purple chest. Taale and Hitsuyan going through Eastern. Gonna be a little bit faster for Hitsuyan because he has already checked most of the locations in here. And Yoshi is about to find out that Dark Death Mountain is basically empty.
Could still try to do Spike Cave. Has a lot more hearts to do it now.
Oh,
And
okay.
there are there's the boots. So that really only opens up Flanctuary at this point, but when we get to desert, we're not going to need to worry about being boots locked.
Yeah. So did anyone check the lumberjack?
Yes, it was just I want to say a piece of heart.
Okay, so so we have Kingstube and Bonkrocks, at least. Fast checks that you can do, so...
Alright, King's Tomb just has bombs. We saw a compass in the chest that, in the vanilla big key chest in Eastern that Hitsuyan died at earlier, so he'll at least be able to tell Yoshi you can just go mode Eastern. Alright, Bonkrocks, what do we got here?
Oh, okay. Well,
there's
that
the
opens
cane.
up a couple of things, that's for sure. Yeah, we can full clear Maya now. That will also open up the Pyramid Fairy, and we do have the potential to maybe check a couple of things in what's it called, Tetrarch as well.
Alright, now it's time for the Armos Knights on Hitsuyan's side. Taale's not too far behind him. Ashes, ashes, the Armos Knights fall down for a big 20. Baba's going to go ahead and finish up Thieves Town. That, I think, makes sense, considering he's done pretty much everything in the area that you would want to do. So now the only time you would really come back here is once you get the Fire Rod to finish off. Or, hey, lamp. There was also a lamp in Thieves Town. That might also be useful.
Yeah, the lamp could turn out to be really required if there's anything on the Bowlocked or the Fire Rod side of... No, actually we got a hint for the Fire Locked side of Meyer, didn't we? That's just nothing, I think.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan telling us that the friendly person with Bombos was Sahasrahla with the green pendant. So now that opens up Ice Palace as well.
Yeah. Well then. Yeah, Hitsuyan has not gotten their flippers yet, but we can fake flipper into Ice Palace if we wanted to. Picking up the sword and first from Agina, that makes sense, because doing Ice Palace with Fighter Sword is not very fun. Much rather have a Master Sword at least.
I mean, that you're putting in a very intriguing thought right now. The flippers are in Paradox Cave, but a sword is there also. To get you to Tempered Sword, I'd almost want to go ahead and go up to Paradox Cave because I'd want Tempered Sword for Ice Palace.
Yeah, like it's nice to have Tempered for sure going in. It's quite a long trip up to Death Mountain to get that though, so we'll see if Hitsuyan decides to do that or not. I think Hitsuyan feels comfortable going in with Master Sword.
Well, with Quake, so Hitsuyan takes the time to go back to the well to get Quake. So I was thinking he might go up to Death Mountain, but I think he's checking Desert Ledge, and now gonna go check Meyer.
Yeah, he might be like stalling, just doing some more rule checks while Yoshi is gonna turn in that purple chest because they do know there's a unique item there.
That makes
before
sense.
Committing to a dungeon.
No, and that right there is a good point of with this co-op is that, you know what, stall, because you don't want to be like, all right, I'm gonna commit to this dungeon and be like, oh wait, there's the item I would have needed for this dungeon. What you're about to find out is the boots.
Yeah, so now he might just basically just go straight to the purple chest and get that first, because that's gonna make the rest of his checks pretty fast, or well faster. They don't know that if it's required or not, but you just want to have the boots anyways.
And doing that check to know that ether was needed for Meyer, Yoshi is now going to do the front of escape to get the ether from Zelda's cell.
Yeah, and he's the first one in their team to have the boot, so he's probably gonna check the boots locations right after this, and then get the Canis Mario, so we'll have everything needed to just clear out that dungeon.
In fact, I think that's what Baba's doing as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so both Meyer and Ice Palace, we might just see one of the runners on each team heading to Meyer, and the other one who already has bombos and cleared out Eastern just heads into Ice Palace instead. And we see Baba not even picking up the key, because he knows he's not going to need that key. He's not going to go all the way to Solo's chest. Just need that boomerang chest.
Gets ether and saves out. Yep, now gonna do Flanctuary and get the cane.
Yep, and mold them down for Taale. And Hitsuyan is, oh yeah, right, still working on that purple chest. Takes so long without the mirror. It's just a pain to do that sequence without it, and then you're gonna have to go back to that area when you get the mirror anyways. It's just it's never fun, never something you want to do.
Alright, let's see if Baba... Look, I would assume Baba is on his way to Meyer at this point. And Yoshi looks to be not far behind.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. See if Yoshi does the old bird toss here. Does have the setup for it.
Yep, there's the bird toss.
Yeah, let the meme percent start. Might as well pull pet as well at this point.
Well, let's, we still don't have the means to get into desert yet, so... Yoshi is just making quick work of that front room.
Yeah, so sword beams most of the times, or in a lot of situations, are just like annoying to have because they're in your way, but that's definitely one of those rooms where sword beams can help a lot. So Hitsuyan is actually, yeah, going up to the mountain first. One reason to go up the mountain before Ice Palace is that, like, first of all, yeah, you do get the timber, and it's definitely helpful. But since he does have the K now as well, he will be able to check this beginning of Tartarok, which is very much isolated on the other ways. We see Yoshi is skipping the fire part of Meyer, because we know there's only like a map and a compass there, I think, according to the hint. And Hitsuyan actually saving quitting from Paradox. It would have been interesting.
I think he's doing what I was suggesting earlier of just, it's worth it to go as much as you can fake flipper to Ice Palace. Going to get the Tempered Sword is probably it's worth that time.
Yeah, for sure. But since he was up there, I think it would have made sense to just check the first part of Turret Rock too, because that's super isolated for both teams now. If there's anything in there, which is not super likely, but it could be, then that probably is going to be like one of their last locations.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying there. I think for me, it's my thought is more trying to, like, until you have the fire rod, you are gambling there. Of, do you want to try to make that play? Baba very nicely draining his magic, using a fake powder to get the anti-fairy for the health refill, knowing that there is a full magic decanter here to refill.
Yeah, speaking of fake powder, did we ever see them try the fake powder on the bat, by the way?
Nope.
I'm not sure we did, yeah.
Well, considering how late we've been getting the cane, I mean, with that opening up dungeons, that's kind of been leading them to go to dungeons first before, going back to do a sequence broken magic bat.
Yeah, that's true. They got the cane after that whole Smith sequence, so there was never really a good opportunity to do it.
Alright, time for the eyeball shooting gallery.
Fun fact, this shooting gallery is a lot easier than the Ocarina of Time one.
Fun fact, Vitreous is dead. For the mirror!
Ooh, that's a big pickup. That is swamp access and a lot of overworld places access.
It also is desert access for the pedestal.
It is, for sure, and they're in the right spot to use go into desert right away. And Yoshi does have the two pendants, so might just do desert and then head straight to pedestal.
He's gonna do a checkerboard cave check first. For powder, so now you don't need to worry about a fake powder for a magic bat. That's kind of a troll on the seeds part. Here, you gotta go through Meyer without the powder for all the fairy pickups, and now I'll give you the powder after defeating Vitreous.
Yeah, at least they had silvers, so the game wasn't too bad. And there's the big key on the torch, so that definitely puts the boots as required.
Which is funny though, because this chain was started by the boots. The boots led to the cane and bonk rocks, which then led to the mirror and Vitreous. So it's boots locked in two ways. Unless we find like the book in Ice Palace or something.
Yeah, and at this point, really both of the teams are they're just really looking for that fire rod in order to be in go mode from this on. They still need to do a little bit of catch up from what their other teammates have done, but they will have the knowledge for that. So if they were to find fire rod, they can basically go mode everything rest in the game. except for picking up those items.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're kind of close, but at the same time, Baba's probably the furthest behind in terms of the prize count, but can combo Pod and Eastern, knowing that he just has to go mode both of them. So those are two dungeons you can clear out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Pod will be really fast because they already cleared out everything in Pod. They have the big key. They basically just need to go to the boss.
All right, Blazin in chat. Very intriguing. Fire Rod could be on pedestal, which we've got Graveyard Ledge. We haven't seen South Grove Cave. Magic Bat. That's about it. We've kind of been able to get everything else.
Yeah, I think like pedestals in all dungeons these are a little bit cheap. I think like if you're gonna have a pedestal, isn't it better to just have it in an open mode or just a Ganon goal where you don't want to go into penance?
Hey, with how rare a pedestal seed is, I'll take it any way I can get it. But actually, the one thing we also forgot about that Yoshi's reminding me, that mirror means Swamp Palace is open.
Yeah, Swamp Palace seems like a pretty likely place to find that right now. We also basically have most of the things open at this point. So we'll see what Yoshi decides. It's gonna be interesting to see what Yoshi decides to do if it's not in here. Like, what will be their first play after this? You have Cave 45 really close by. You have the Pyramid Fairy, which Yoshi has both of the red crystals for. Those two looks pretty likely if this turns out to be nothing. Speaking of being nothing, that was pretty much Ice Palace. It was really nothing in here except for that crystal.
Yeah, so pretty much that'll be good for Yoshi to know that you can just go mode Ice Palace once they find the Fire Rod.
Yeah, that's really nice. And it's also nice for the runners to, after they found the boots, to know that they are not going to have to look for any items in Ganon's Tower or post Ganon's Tower. So that's a nice just load off your mind to have.
Hitsuyan gonna go ahead into Mire, and again just needs to go mode to Vitreous to get the mirror. Might we get a second bird toss? Are we feeling lucky? Nope.
Oh, Hitsuyan going with the alpha gamer strat instead of just walking in. So Taale is going to be a little bit disappointed soon enough when they realize that nothing is in here, and then probably just gonna try and go for Meyer as well, just like his son did.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense at this point.
So we see Yoshi is skipping the left side for now, which does make a lot of sense. They're just looking for one item, so if it happens to be in the back, makes sense to just check that first, since you're pretty much gonna run past it almost anyways. But if there's definitely at least one item on the left side, potentially two, so they are totally gonna check that after this if they don't get the fire rod, I imagine. And I imagine that Baba is probably going for the same play, just heading to the back first. Or maybe not. Actually going for the left side first.
Makes sense. Oh, I don't want to say makes sense. I mean, in terms of you're gonna have to do it at some point.
Yeah, like if fire rod is over there, it would be faster to just go over there right now. Because then you don't have to dip back in again. Because you're not skipping anything in any dungeons. You're full clearing it, so you can give that information to your opponent. Not to your opponent, that would be bad play, but to your teammate.
Alright, Argus down for Yoshi. It just has a heart container.
Yeah, so Yoshi is gonna go back in and check the left side, I imagine. So with this scenario, with fire rod not being in the back, Baba definitely made the right call of just going over to the left side straight. And is Yoshi actually leaving it? That's very interesting.
He's gonna gamble it, and we're gonna find out if.
Seems unnecessarily risky.
Well, we're about to find out if it was a risk paid off. Half magic. I mean, you'd like to have it, but not necessary.
Oh, there's a fire rod. That hurts. Well, Hitsun is for sure gonna check left side when he goes into swamp, but like I don't see the reason for Yoshi just leaving that. Because there's really no incentive for Hitsun to just head over to the swamp right now. Yeah, it's a weird play. We're definitely gonna have to ask about that one later.
Has anyone on their team done pyramid or catfish?
Say again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I was about to say, is anyone... Okay, well, okay, I guess Hitsuyan must have... Oh, he was wanting to do Pyramid Fairy, but forgot the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both teams checked Catfish at this point. And so Hughes and Baba and Missing Bow are team to the right side here. They're basically no mode at this point. All Baba needs to do is pick up the bow and the Bombos medallion and the ice rod. And all Taale needs to do is basically finish Meyer and then head into Swamp and pick up that fire rod, and then they can use go mode everything else. But Yoshi and Hitsuyan, they might be looking for that fire rod for a while. They don't have far too many locations left to check, so they're gonna find it eventually. And since Yoshi skipped left side, it's potentially that Hitsuyan just goes into Swamp right away and just does left side and then goes straight for the boss.
Alright, Argus down for Baba. Yoshi... Magic Bat.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan is going to Swamp, so maybe like one of their teammates felt a little bit behind and was like, well, I'll start checking some other overworld stuff while you can do go into Swamp and just do the left side.
That might be what was intended. I mean, so let's kind of think this through. Yoshi, the dungeons that Yoshi has not done, Eastern and Ice Palace, the dungeons that both runners have not done are the ones that they have done. So that might be kind of what I think you're just hinting at is probably what they're thinking. Because again, Yoshi, as we're seeing, has the means to do pedestal. So he's checking pedestal right now. Hitsuyan will probably do left side. That's probably what they were thinking, was like, Hitsuyan probably said something to like, I'll do left side on my run. You go check overworld stuff and pedestal. We need to know if pedestal is necessary right now.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting asking them about it.
But we're gonna get a blind ped poll. Is it anything useful? Nope.
And Taale just grabbing that powder right after desert. It's a nice safety item, so it's definitely nice to have going out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan's going straight for left side.
Yeah, so that's good. At least they didn't forget about left side swamp. So it was definitely like a choice that they made with intent. Because that would have been the worst if like Yoshi thought that they full cleared Swamp Palace. That would have been very unfortunate. But that's very good to see that that's not the case. Cape was in Ice Road Cave for sure.
Yep.
And give a shout out to both our trackers, by the way, Fear Agent and Literally Jen, keeping track of everything that's happening and tracking it for us. Yeah, definitely major shout outs to both.
Especially with a quad race. Tracking quad races are never fun. Alright, well, Hitsuyan is about to get into go mode as Yoshi is about to do this fetch quest. Doing some swag, strike the earth, just another 20. And now, 1 hour, 8 minutes, 46 seconds in, Hitsuyan1337 is in go mode.
Yep, and see, Yoshi is just gonna start go moding stuff as well at this point. So they're a little bit behind getting the go mode, but I think overall they're still in a pretty good position. Baba is still a little bit of a dungeons away from the rest of everyone else.
Yeah, but at the same time though, he is set up kind of nicely to do a lot of go mode stuff, because he's just got to combo Eastern Pod, then do Ice Palace, then you can essentially go mode Turtle Rock, go mode Hera, Aga 2, Aga 1, Ganon. So he's set up to kind of close that gap, but still has a bit to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be very much an execution battle between both teams from here on. A little bit about the routing as well. At this point, who do we think is going to get into Ganon's tower first? In terms of the dungeons, both Hitsuyan and Taale are set up pretty good to hit Turtle Rock, or not Turtle Rock, but Ganon's tower pretty soon.
Yeah, Taale's got the fewest dungeons to go, so I would say it's probably going to be Taale if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, both both Taale and Hitsuyan is probably going to be able to scout out the key placement in Tartarok for their teammates as well, which is really nice. Sometimes the go mode in Tartarok could actually be pretty fast, but sometimes it's just another full player. So having that info is definitely nice going in there. Baba setting up for the bomb jump. Didn't really get it the first time around. Gonna have to try it again. Yeah, go mode ice palace. That's just a great feeling we get to do that.
Alright. Yoshi is about to get the fire rod. Hitsuyan will take care of Mothula here, and then just have to do Turtle Rock Hera before Ganon's Tower.
Yep, and that's a really nice swag clip into that into the staircase for Baba in Ice Palace. So it is worth mentioning that this is all dungeons, and you might think like, oh well, but they already took care of all the pendants, so that's fine. But all dungeons does include Aga Tower as well, so that's something that every runner is gonna have to do at some point. Most likely after Aga 2, because that will be a pretty good opportunity.
It gets you a health refill. It also puts you right at the door to go face Ganon once you finish Aga 2 first.
Yeah, getting the refill is really nice. Especially in those seeds where you don't have powder. And the seed, all of our runners, except for Hitsun, because they didn't pick up the powder. So yeah, in case you're low after Ganon's Tower, that's really nice. You just need to make sure that you get through Aga Tower. Yoshi is about to pick up the dice rod, which means that Team Awesome, they basically are fully fledged in go mode at this point in. They don't need to pick up anything else. Taale is about to pick up the fire rod, and then she will be in go mode, and then Houston Baba just needs to pick up the bombos after finishing Eastern.
Well, he doesn't need to get bombos because he's already been through Ice Palace with the fire rod.
Right. Yeah, right. Never mind me. We don't need the bombos. So you're telling me bombos is not required for the gauntlet?
Yeah, Walther, I have some news for you. I hate to tell you, but yes, bombos is not needed for the gauntlet.
Oh, I've been doing this all wrong.
Alright, well, Hitsuyan is going to be the first into Turtle Rock. We were saying earlier, Taale may be the first one into Ganon's Tower, but Hitsuyan may actually get in there first.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it looked like she was ahead because she only had 3 dungeons left, but at that point Hitsun was almost done with Swamp, and then they had basically the same dungeons left. Or well, he had yeah, never mind. But yeah, he had a couple of short dungeons, and definitely seems at this point that he will be the first one in there. But they're gonna be pretty close to each other.
Yeah, and one thing we should point out is that this is average time between the teams. So just because Hitsuyan gets done first, if for some reason Baba and Taale get in before Yoshi can get done, the average time can make a difference in terms of who wins this co-op race.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why you want to try and be as close to each other as possible to just make that average as low as possible. So in terms of the standings, this is the Lake Hylia. No, this is the Death Mountain division that's playing right now. So in terms of the standing, Missing Bow has 6 points going into this game. So I think they're basically they don't have a chance for advancement at this point. And I do believe that Team Awesome is guaranteed to advance into the playoffs. They're undefeated so far, but they're still they still are racing to try and get that first spot, so they get they don't have to do the first playoff game.
Alright, Big Key is in Vanilla spot. So this is pretty much going to be a full clear of Turtle Rock. Even in go mode, there was one small key on the Fire Rod side, Big Key in Vanilla spot. Like, that's the thing, as you were saying earlier, that's the thing about Turtle Rock is it's not necessarily the best dungeon for go moding.
Yeah. Like, Yoshi might still be able to skip, like maybe if they're lucky, some laser bridge or the big chest at least. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty much a full clear almost. So let's see, Big Chest has a small key, so that's something that all the runners are gonna have to do.
But there still could be the other small key in the roller room to avoid laser bridge. Otherwise, then this will be a full clear of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and the funny fact with laser bridge is that no matter which order you do it, you're always gonna get the small key last. I'm pretty sure that's just how it works.
And we are going to have to do laser bridge.
Yeah, and at this point, there's not really anything else they would be looking out for. Like, getting the gold sword would could potentially be kind of nice, especially depending on how the execution is against some of the later game bosses. But it's not going to be like too big of a deal if they don't get that. And there's the small key in the first chest on Laser Bridge, so I don't know what kind of magic Hitsuyan is doing, but that was definitely not the last location.
Meanwhile, Baba has really made up time on the dungeons that he's been needing to catch up on. He's now on his way to Turtle Rock and then Hera.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan is going to have to be careful here. Only rocking one heart at the moment. Is going to be able to pick up one more here, but that's still pretty much a one one hit KO mode here against Trinex, I believe, unless he's taking damage from the spikes. So he's gonna have to be careful.
And
he also didn't take the safety door, so
he's got a red potion though. Taale, of course, giving us a swag ped pull, even though he knows that there wasn't anything of use in terms of go mode at that point. But both of them are going to be going into Turtle Rock. And Trinex down for Hitsuyan.
yeah, really nice then. Only has Hera left, and that's gonna be right outside of Ganon's tower, so that's pretty convenient. Now, when do we start the big key guessing game? Because I guess we're gonna have to start it before.
We'll do it
before
right.
Moldorm dies.
Hey, we got to do it. We do it when Moldorm dies, then I'll make sure we get through it quick. The way the big key guessing game works, you always got to wait for the 7th crystal to fall.
Yeah, gotta go fast, both for the runners and for the viewers then, I guess.
But this is, I mean, we are close. We've got... Once Yoshi finishes off Eastern, everyone's going to basically be in the same chain of clearing Turtle Rock, maybe clearing Hera if you haven't done it, and then going into Ganon's Tower. This is going to come down to the wire. Because, again, this is average time between the teams on their completion times.
Yeah, this is going to be really close. It's going to be very interesting. Like, if it continues like this, it looks like Hitsuyan will probably finish first, and Baba and Taale probably taking second and third. So we might definitely come down to that average time.
Especially once they find once the first runner finds the big key, it will certainly help the second runner in terms of just having to go straight for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see which routes they take in Ganon's Tower.
Alright. Hitsuyan's into Troll Arm. Alright. Ooh, poked the troll.
Yeah, and looks like the big key guessing game is live right now. So go ahead.
There
gotta
are
be
22
quick because we're gonna go.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta explain the rules. There are 22 locations where that Ganon's Tower big key can be in the basement of Ganon's Tower. If you want to play in our guessing game, you need to donate 250 bits or subscribe to one of our 6 speed gaming channels. And as Walter said, you should probably do it pretty quick because Hitsuyan is just a mirror away from Ganon's Tower. Walter the 4th! What's your guess?
The 4th one, I guess, would be pretty convenient.
You know, let's say Tile Room 22. I like being trolly with this.
Baba, what are you doing? Is he stealing a key? He needs that key for the big key.
Yeah.
Because it was vanilla, right?
Yeah, he was. Alright, guesses are closed. Taale's not too far behind him, so we'll be able to tell him that. Number 1, green potion. Number 2, bombs. No keys to going left.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a misrouting, because they should be able to know where the big key is.
3, small key. Rip Bob, we hardly knew ye.
And Baba just realized that, okay, or got told by Taale.
Baba, you're also forgetting... Oh, right, he doesn't have the big key for the big chest. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Alright, 4. Map, 5. Piece of heart, 6. Small key, 7. $50. Alright, so Baba now gets the big key. Number 8, double firebar room, heart container.
Yeah, so there was no small key in the first two chests, right?
Nope.
Okay. Be interesting to see if Taale decides to do the Dark Magician or not.
$50. Yeah, even if Taale gets into GT while we're still looking for the big key, the numbers will still be based on Hitsuyan's checks. But 10, $1, 11, heart piece, 12, heart piece, 13, $50.
Okay, so unless it's in Tile Room, doing Dark Magician will probably pay off then. If that means that you're going full right.
Alright. The anti-fairy formerly known as Bob, number 14. $20. Taale is about to go into Trinex, and that will be everything except going into Ganon's tower. Armos Knight's down for Hitsuyan, so number 15. $20, 16. There it is.
Oh, and checking the last chest there as well, getting a shield. Could have been a shielder's run, but at least now we know where all of them are.
Alright. So, the first guess from a sub or supporter was number 15 from Zhaopan1987, so congratulations, you have been added to our leaderboard.
Yeah, and almost synchronized crystal grabs here for Baba and Taale. However, for Baba, it's not the last crystal for them. They still need to do Hera first. So Taale is going to be the one who scouts out where the big key in Ganon's tower is. But Yoshi is really making up ground here, and this is their last crystal. So I think that at this point, Team Awesome is in a pretty good spot. They also know exactly where the big key is now, so it's not going to save them too much time. Well, it's definitely going to save them time because Yoshi is going to be able to do like probably Dark Magician full right, or just go full left but skip a lot of chests on the way.
Which that is a question. Granted, I have never had to check this out. I mean, I kind of feel, my personal feeling would be, since you've got to get a small key from the left side.
Mm-hmm. I think that Yoshi might just do go full left and just make sure to do the what's it called? The Stalfos room to make sure to have enough small keys. And then you skip all the other chests on the way. You can skip the random room and all that.
Alright, Taale is into Ganon's tower at this point and going to make his way to Ice Armos for the big key. Yoshi has Trinex down, so will be making his way into GT shortly.
Yeah, it's basically all execution from here. Now that we have all the information we need. So Baba will be in the position of going into Ganon's tower before knowing where the big key is. So we'll see if he decides to steal a key and go to the right side, because in their mind it could just be in that compass room.
True. Alright, we're in the mini Helmastar room for Hitsuyan. Only 1.5 heart left, though. And he's the one that did not pick up the powder, so... He's gonna be low on health going in here.
Yeah, does have that potion still, so... But if you take like a hit from Moldrum here, and then fall down to the spikes, you won't have an opportunity to use that potion.
Alright, Patrol R2 is down for Hitsuyan. And with knowing where the big key is from his partner, Yoshi is just going straight for Ice Armos.
And Hitsuyan grabbing the last chest. Maybe there is a little bit of a memer in Hitsuyan after all, or maybe he just looked for a full health refill, which seems more likely.
Alright, he's gonna chug the red potion here for Aga 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's no really need to risk it here. You would lose a lot of time if you died on this boss fight.
Alright, and as we suspected, because of Taale not having the big key yet, Baba did go Dark Magician and is making his way rightward.
Yeah, I'm probably doing full right, because at this point I should know it's probably at Ice Armos, or in Taale.
And Butter was on the right side.
Yeah, that's a nice time save on Ganon if you don't know the 1-on-1 strat with Tempered. The Butter definitely makes it a lot easier to get that 1-on-1 cycle.
Alright, Aga 2 is down for Hitsuyan. Taale and Yoshi are going to be neck and neck with each other getting the big key. And Baba will not be too far behind.
And we see Hitsuyan mirroring and just heading into Aga Tower. So Hitsuyan is no dingus. He knows what's up here. Needs to complete this before Ganon.
This is going to be close. Hitsuyan will give Team Awesome a bit of an advantage in terms of the average time, but execution is going to could make the difference here. Yoshi has kind of caught up, though. He's ahead of both of the other runners.
Yeah, I would say the advantage is for sure for Team Awesome at the moment. Just because the lead Hitsuyan has against everyone else, because all the other one will finish fairly close to each other.
Oh, chat bringing up a point. Baba did not pick up the small key in the pot of the conveyor belt room. He's going to need one key before he heads up.
Yeah, let's hope they remember that.
Yeah, he does. He's going to go get one.
Yeah. He's going to go to that pot here to pick it up, so that doesn't take too long time.
Yep, gets it there.
But I think he definitely picked up the one in the conveyor belt. He just had to use that one in order to go full right.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would make sense. Alright, Hitsuyan is mowing his way through the Aga 1 gauntlet, as Yoshi, Taale are in the Aga 2 gauntlet, and Baba won't be too far behind.
So how many blue balls do you think we have from Aga today?
I honestly wasn't paying too much attention to the Aga 2 fight, but that honestly would have given us a hint. But if you guys want to go ahead and get those guesses in for it. All right, Lamo 2 down for Yoshi. Yoshi is starting to separate himself from Taale. Taale only having 13 arrows, I can guess that's why he's doing Fire Rod strats on Lamo 2.
Yeah, and the more time, or the more that Yoshi pulls ahead here, a little bit grimmer position for Houston Baba. But no matter what happens, this is definitely going to end up to be a close race for sure. And we do still have things that could turn things around, like Ganon, for example.
All right. Aga 1, I should say, is down for Hitsuyan, so that means it is time for the big pig. All right, 12 sword slashes for phase 1 and 2. Spins will get you there closer. It's a pretty good setup there, but still on phase 1 at this point.
Yeah, I got a nice trident spin in, but didn't get a good position at the warp there to get another double spin.
All right, phase 3 for Hitsuyan.
Ganon being pretty kind with warps here. Well, maybe not for the last one. Well, that wasn't too bad. But the warps will be different if they have different cycles. For example, Baba has the gold sword, so probably getting the 1-in-1 cycle. So he could have a different RNG in terms of the warps.
Ooh,
nice
and
triple there from Hitsun.
Very nice triple. And that will finish up Hitsuyan. Yoshi still has to do Aga 1.
Yeah, GG's to Hitsuyan, but still, the race is still going on here.
Yep, Hitsuyan finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 56 seconds. Spam those GG's in chat. Alright, Taale has Aga 2 down, as Baba is in Aga 2. Yoshi has an advantage right now, but just has to do well on the execution. Alright, Aga 2 down for Baba.
Yeah, and Yoshi now past the dark rooms, going for some fire road strats here against the red guards. And that's a really nice setup for the quick heal with the tempered spins there. I really like the Team Awesome sprite choice for today, by the way. One of them running as Mario, the other one as Luigi. In a co-op race. Seems pretty fitting.
Very fitting indeed.
So Yoshi now heading into the Aga fight. They are all gonna have the same number of blue balls as Hitsuyan had. I don't remember how many blue balls he got. I think he got three of them at the very least. But it might have been more. But yeah, all the runners are gonna have the same RNG on Aga. And Taale is about to head into the Aga fight as well, and Baba is not close behind.
Yeah, if Yoshi has a mistake here, Taale and Baba are pretty close to being able to take advantage of that. So this race is not over yet.
Yeah, so Hitsuyan finished for almost 3 minutes now. So Yoshi's mistakes would have to be something along the lines of falling on Ganon at this point, I think, if Missing Bow wants to catch up.
Yeah, it would basically Yoshi would have to lose in 4th place by a 4-minute average time in order to negate Hitsuyan's lead at this point, and especially being into Ganon at this point, that would probably just be a lot of Ganon falls, but just gotta be careful. Phase 2 for Yoshi.
Yeah, probably not. I didn't count, but I don't think that was enough hits. Yeah, so it's gonna have to do one more cycle here on Ganon to get to the 3rd phase. That should be enough for sure. Also needs to be a little bit careful. He's tanking a little bit of damage here. I'm not sure how we are on potions. I saw B there, but and I think that's his only bottle.
All right, Taale has Aga 2 down and falling into Ganon. All right, just phase 4 to go.
Yep, gets 1 silver in. Needs 3 more. That's a good setup for a double at the very least.
Yep, 1 more to go, and Team Awesome will have the win, and that will do it.
Yeah, GG's. Was a really close game in the end, though. Like 3 runners again, and at the same time. If that's not close, I don't know what is.
And with that, walk into the door. Yoshi finishes in 2nd place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 40 seconds. And that will give Team Awesome the win. GG's to Team Awesome.
Yeah, GG's for sure. We'll see if they want to join us for an interview.
I believe they will be joining us. Ooh, Baba almost had a chance at a triple there, but does get it done. Baba is finished. Taale taking a lot of damage, though.
Mm-hmm.
Still on phase 3.
Yeah. The 5 bats will only do 2 hearts here, so... Okay. No, it took a fall!
Oh!
That's really unfortunate.
Well, we'll go ahead and say that Houston Baba did finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 33 seconds. Just not enough to get the win. GG's, though, to Houston Baba. All right, and we will be bringing in Hitsuyan and Yoshi. GG's to both of you.
Yeah, GG, guys.
GG's.
GG's.
All right, so we have an important question to ask. So, what was the thought, Yoshi, on leaving Left Side Swamp the way you did?
Yeah, he had a lot of checks more as me left, and some of the checks I cannot do, like the pyramid, because I was in Maya in this time. Then I found he do pyramid and the other checks, because I have to do swamp as well. Yeah, and we gambled for a little time gain, that there's nothing, and yeah, at least we lose time with this play on Yoshi's side.
No,
Yeah, we were thinking it was something along those lines. We definitely got a little bit confused at the beginning, but it turned out to be all right in the end.
We was confused the whole ways together. I don't know. We speaked with each other, and sometimes we have a brain lag because the other one explains something, and then you lose a little time. Yeah.
Yeah, how was, you guys seemed to do pretty well on the co-op. There was pretty much just that one part with kind of the bow leading to items and pod where both of you kind of got on the same track. But other than that, you guys seemed to do a pretty good job in terms of kind of divide and conquering in terms of figuring out where everything was in the seed.
Yeah, at the start we feel really bad because I died at the eastern chest because I was eating and I was very late for the race start and had something to eat, and then I died in eastern. He found the lamp and I was thinking, no, in Eastern Palace is now the next important item. But then we was a little bit lucky and it was in pot and not eastern.
All right, well, Taale has come in 4th place and finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 11 seconds. So GG's to all of our runners. That I gotta tell you guys, that race was close coming down the wire. As we have Houston Baba and Taale joining us in chat. GG's to both of you.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, Hitsuyan, you were ahead of everybody, but basically Yoshi, Taale, and Baba were all in the basement of Ganon's tower at the same time.
Yeah, we saw the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was very close.
What have you done, Hitsu?
I had Yoshi and used him as spy for me for all the dungeons and I go-moded a lot of dungeons, I think, and my last dungeons was Hera Turtle Rock. He had Eastern Ice Turtle Rock left. Yeah, and he was item lead till I found the fire rod because he skipped the fire rod on left side. And then I found the fire rod as our go mode. That is why Yoshi lost, I think, 3 or 4 minutes going back to Swamp. Then he did a pet pull and other checks we had left.
How early have you done port?
How fast or?
Yeah, how...
Yeah.
I think 30 minutes. 30, 35, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Baba. So
Very late.
Baba was the one that had did a potion glitch into pod in order to find the Titan's mitts and the hook shot. And right around the time, it was kind of ironic that around that time I was like, okay, we're kind of low on checks, so that means either the bow has to be somewhere, and then Hitsuyan found the bow in Skullwoods. I was like, Alright, well, there's the logic chain.
Yeah, we were thinking about the same, that the bow had to be around the village of Outcast and Skullwoods. So I thought I go buy a potion and check pot if it's bow locked.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that was our plan too. Then I found the bow.
I messed up some keys in pot.
Yeah, I had the same problem. Yoshi said to me, what is in pot? I go straight for the items, and I forgot the key and had to do the bow side again. Yeah. That pot was awful.
So how about that smith sequence to get the boots in order to get like basically the rest of the things you guys needed?
I was like, I'm gonna do it before I get my bow in Skullwoods, because we got a hint. I thought maybe it's a fire rod, then I can clear Skullwoods. But my boots, which led to some area, so I could do Maya, which wasn't that bad.
Baba told me where the boots are, and I was thinking, okay, so wait for the mirror, but mirror was locked. The boots.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least you get a hint for this boots. Without a hint, it would be very awful to get this for the next chain.
I got the hint twice.
Yoshi too, I think.
Other than that, I'm trying to think. Vitreous having the mirror, I even commented that C was a little trolly giving you guys the mirror on Vitreous and then giving you the powder in Checkerboard Cave, so you wouldn't have the powder for fairies in Mire, which I know, Bobby, you did a fake powder do that. But yeah, other than
full magic refill anyway, so I did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very nice. It was a very nice remembering that magic decanter was there. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Other than that, like you both seem to do. Both teams did really well in terms of using the co-op to your advantage to go. Divide and conquer the seed, but I can't really think of much else at this point.
Yeah,
I guess. Or go ahead.
Yeah, if you think you have to do this alone, the seed, I guess it would have been an awful seed.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, it seemed like one of those seeds that would be, less than ideal, for sure.
All right. Well, I guess from there, iiYoshii, your Team Awesome remains undefeated at this point. So, how are you guys feeling heading into the rest of the weekly races from here?
Yeah, I think our standings are pretty good at the moment. The next week would be probably safe win both games. Because I think the difference in the runner is big of this team's an entrance, and we have a better chance to win. And the last week would be interesting because I'm not playing Kappa.
Yeah, because isn't next week Crossworld Key Sanity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How y'all feeling about that?
I think that will be fun.
Can we delete this week, please?
I like this week. We can play 6 weeks entrance.
Yeah, next week will certainly be very interesting to watch with that Crossworld Key sanity. So, please be sure to, stay tuned to the Speed Gaming Network of channels and the ALTTPR League channel if we have any restreams there. So, any final thoughts from our runners before we wrap up shop here?
Yeah, thanks for commentating, tracking. Thanks for the viewers and all the stuff you do, guys. And yeah, GG's again to Baba and Taale.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah,
Was a
GG's.
fun race.
Yeah, was really fun.
I mean, GG's to all of you. You guys put on a heck of a race that came down to the wire, and we are certainly blessed to get to watch you guys do this. So once again, please be sure to give Hitsuyan, Houston, Baba, Yoshi, and Taale follows on Twitch for the entertainment that they put on. I want to give shout-outs again to our trackers, literally Jen and the Fear Agent. They are pulling double duty on tracking the last race and this race, and it is not easy tracking quad races. So major shout-outs to both of them. Walter, it's been a long time since we've been in the commentary booth together, and it was certainly a pleasure to do it again.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, this is fun. And next week, as you mentioned, is the Crossworld week mode. I like very much. I'm definitely going to do more commentary for that one. That's going to be a very interesting week.
Yeah, if real life wasn't getting in the way, I would love to do more commentary, but unfortunately, my real life responsibilities, trying to earn money and everything, that whole thing. But anywho, for Hitsuyan, for Houston Baba, for Yoshi, Taale, literally Jen, Fear Agent, Walter the Fourth, I am Jex Refi. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to all the volunteers for the ALTTPR League and the Speed Gaming Network of channels. All of this is volunteer-based, and we appreciate all the work that everyone does in terms of making this channel and this tournament happen. So to chat, thank you all for watching. It was a blast. We'll see you next mission.